Keep California cowgirls from vanishing.
Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. Training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Suzi, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse Semi. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator.
Sadie practices over the haunches with an ATV mechanical cow simulator.
Pulling slack. And Susie's coming my way because she feels the pressure behind her horns.
This is part 2 showing how we train our 2 mini zebu heifers, Suzi and her daughter Seela, to pull together with a homemade double yoke and full pulling harnesses.
On a cold, overcast day in Santa Cruz in spring, this is the beginning of part 2 of pairs driving with my zebus. And for this beginning, for this session, since there's only 2 of us, Katie and I, we're not going to do a lot of moving, but we sure are doing a lot of tack fitting. And let me show you what I mean. In the front, on the heads of both zebus, Seela the closest to me, Suzi the next one over, the mommy, we have our double yoke that we made here and have quite a few shows about it. And then Seela, who's not quite as big as Suzi, and her surcingle is still a little bit too big, but we're pretty sure she's going to grow into it, so we're not going to do anything but wait. Oh, we took a couple little short chains and connected the surcingle to a bolt eye on the double yoke so that that surcingle can't move back, because when it moves back, then the britchin, which is a challenge anyway, in any which way you look at it, tends to fall off. And the britchin is the hardest piece of tack to put on the zebus. They're getting better about it though. So that's Seela. Now let me just move around very quietly. Katie's just going to keep them together. And they're really easy to halter up right now. As a matter of fact, when Katie went to Seela today in the pasture, she just lay down and let Katie put the halter on, which is real good news. They know, it's time to work, and they're not afraid. Okay, now here's Suzi, her britchin, her surcingle, the double yoke. Each of them has a halter on. Suzi is real relaxed. She's just chewing her cud. Remember from the last show that we put some dog collars on the back of the britchin, because through those dog collars we're going to keep the chains out from the backs of their legs. And that's what we're going to try to show you today. We're going to put chains on the outside and on the inside of each zebu. And we're not going to actually connect today, but we're going to show you what we plan to do. Each zebu is going to have their own single tree. And there you see 2 single trees lined up with quick releases on them. And behind them there's going to be a single tree that keeps the 2 single trees lined up. And for that single tree we need 1 extra eye bolt in the middle. So today gave me the ability to see that we needed 1 extra eye bolt. And then maybe next time, because we really want to have an extra person here when we first do this, we'll hook them up and make sure they're all fitted right and they don't clank too much and so forth. Now Katie feels, and I agree with her, that she handles the zebus a lot. So I am just going to stand at the head with the camera on, and Katie is going to try to put the chains on. And if we have any problems, we hope that the 2 of us can keep the zebus calm and respectful. And if we have to turn off the camera, we will, but we'll always tell you what happened while the camera was off. So I'm going to go get the chains. I'm going to switch places with Katie. And she is going to, by being real confident but real gentle, hook the chains up and spread them out behind the zebus so we can make sure we've got the right idea here with the single trees. I'm going to get the chains, which right now are just hanging on the fence on a rafter hanger. Those are real good tack holders when you're out here. This is the execution of the plan as I just described. All right, girls. I'll hold the rafter hanger. Oh, and through the back dog collars. And actually through the, up here we have to put it through a ring. Yes. So we put it through a ring on the surcingle to keep it out from under their feet on the front.
It's okay.
Whoa.
It's okay.
Whoa. Whoa. Uh-oh. Nope. Nope. Need you here. Whoa.
Okay. Okay.
It's all right. Can you hold them both? Yeah. Let me do the chains. Okay, new plan, because you said there was turmoil, there was concern, and they're used to having Katie at the head, so I think it would be better if I very carefully place the chains. I say I think because, you know, we've never done this before. They've never done it before. We'll just show you what happens in our attempt to do these things. And if we don't feel it's safe, we won't do it. We'll stop on a note of resolution, something that we do feel is safe and that the zebus accept, and we'll take the next step, if possible, next time. And maybe next time have somebody extra here.
Okay.
Now you see how Seela keeps lifting her her left hind rear leg. She did that last time too. We're hoping that bad habit will go away. But I'm going to take that chain and kind of move it farther back, because I'm afraid she'll get her back hind stuck in it. It's all right. All right, Suits. These chains are clanking, but they're kind of used to the clank sound. I'm not on purpose making a clank sound. I'm just trying to get them used to the sound that one tends to make when handling chains like this.
Okay,
Which ring did you put? The outside one?
Bottom one.
The bottom one, the one that has the nylon strap?
Yeah. Okay, Susie.
So we got this far last time, the outside chains. We were hoping to do the inside chains today. I think I'll try it at least on Suze, because you could see that Susie stood pretty still. She's not lifting her back leg, but of course neither is Seela right now. I sure would want a third person here to keep those chains up out of the way. So if I think this becomes unsafe, we will just stop at this point, because we've at least fitted everything. We have the idea, and we'll go on next time. So Susie on the inside.
I can go through these and then hand it to you. Okay. Okay, Suze.
I hope the camera just showed you how Seela lifted her left rear. That's why I picked this chain up out of the way. I have decided, and I just made that decision, I take my decisions one small step at a time, that this is really better than last time, but to be safe. Whoops. Thank goodness Suzi didn't get upset by that. I dropped the chain, she was fine. Seela's still upset by feeling this stuff on her back legs. So if we do this over and over and over again, eventually she'll stop that nervous reaction. But you can see the idea will be to put the inside chain on Seela as well. Have somebody standing here to hold these chains up. And then we'll bring the single trees closer to them. If we're getting compliance from the zebus, we will hook up the single trees with quick releases. And if they stand quietly while the single trees are hooked up, well, then we'll make the next decision to move a few steps forward. But only if the zebus are okay on the single trees. Now that makes me think, do I need yet a fourth person? Not, because once the single trees are hooked up, the person that would normally be holding the chains instead will be holding the single trees. So, okay, this is our note of resolution for today. I think that our plan is going to work, and we'll show you in our next session, or the one after that, whether or not it worked. So now can you disconnect the chains? Let's get them off first. That's what's new today, especially that inside chain. Good. 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 That's it. Okay. And I have shown this before, but I'll show it again. I particularly chose this chain because it's welded, small links, strong, and easy to pull out of the various rings and dog collars that we threaded through. So that's it. We have accomplished our next step, and we're proud to tell you that our zebus are almost ready to do some work here at Minmore Farms, pulling in pairs. We have an extra person today to actually hook up and pick up 3 single trees behind them. We added some eye bolts in the 3rd single tree that's going to hold the 2, one behind each mini cow. We're going to hold the 2 together. We're going to try to hook up all 4 chains. And Aaron is at the camera, but Aaron, if I ask you to come and help, please, because it looks like Seela is not quite ready to just stand there, then make sure the camera is on us, okay? Mm-hmm. And then let's see, let's do a review of where the quick releases are in case we need to quickly release. And let's see, one small step at a time, whether we can get those chains on today. Suzi has been really good about standing. Seela just tried to move again. Okay, well, she doesn't quite understand, but look how relaxed she was. And Katie, was she relaxed for tacking up, or did you still have trouble with the britches?
Yeah, the britches, she still ran around a bit.
Suzi too, or just Seela?
Suzi did a little bit today. She usually doesn't, but today she was.
Okay, that's the hardest part to put on these animals. Now I'm going to go around, and Aaron, this is where I may need you to make sure the camera's on and come and help us. I'm going to do what I did in our last session, but add the 1 more chain. Is that right, girls? You want to help by just opening things? Maybe instead of trying to go in there, we should go in here. Yeah, no, that's not getting bound up. It's all right, girls.
Oh. Oh.
As a matter of fact, Aaron, this is where we need you because I want you to hold this up while I'm putting the rest of the chains on. We don't want these chains getting wrapped around any of the cow's legs. So just, and let them know that you're there. It's all right, girls.
Okay.
It's all right, girls. We always talk to them so they know we're there. And who's there. It's all right, Seela.
Okay. Good girl.
It's a little different. See. And Aaron, while you're standing there, look to see what you would release if we do have any kind of stress. It's all right, it's all right. See, I tried to touch her tail. She doesn't like that. It's all right.
Good girl.
Good girl, good girl. Okay, Aaron, stand.
Oh.
Whoa. Aaron, can you come a little closer here? I'm going to ask you to hold this one.
Oh.
Oh, it's okay.
Hey. Seela.
Okay, there's stress. Let me turn the camera on. They are connected by our yoke. It's a strong yoke, but I don't want them to get hurt. I'm going to come a little closer so you can hear me better. We don't have mics on today, not yet. They're in the repair shop.
Step up.
Trying to get them to be next to each other again. And Aaron, I really do, see, my concern is it's almost like we need 4 people. I don't like those chains until we get them connected to the single tree. I don't like those chains on the ground, maybe wrapping around legs. Okay, and as he bends down, bending down can be scary if they see you. So just kind of let them know you're there. Talk to them while you're bending down. Okay, and the next is just hold it until I get around. I'll do it. You don't have to lean.
Seela. Just go. Stay right here. Okay.
I'm going to grab that and put it through the dog collar. All right, girls. Okay, now this is as far as we got in our last session, 3 of the chains. Let's see if we can keep the animals together, get that 4th chain on, but that's doing the inside of Seela, the youngster's body. She may be concerned. We'll just watch her body language and her compliance to our requests, and then maybe we won't go as far as we want to go today. That's okay. One small step at a time, as long as we get there and stop on a good moment. Can you connect to the inside for Seela? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are you? Oh. Did you take it off?
No, it broke.
Oh dear. It actually did. I didn't think. What broke?
The glue came undone.
Oh, glue came undone. Okay, because I didn't think this 1-inch conduit could possibly break. And that's what worries me. I would be afraid that the neck would break before the conduit would break, and that's why I didn't want them to separate like that. Well, that's okay. We're learning as we go here. We'll re-glue it. There'll be our next session. But, you know, while we're here, just to get to the next step, even though it's not quite where we want to be, I want to put the chains on both sides of Seela. Did you see how she just kind of attacked? You know, she thinks she has horns, and she's being aggressive, making statements, but luckily she's very little, and if we do this safely and small step at a time, we'll get her to accept what we're trying to do. So here we go. I'm going to put the other chain on.
Should I start taking things off, Suzi?
Can you start unpacking?
No.
I have it on the side of the top of it.
Karen, can you stand up? Just stand up slowly. Try to get Suzi to go next to Seela, even though it's on the other side there.
Step up.
Oh!
Step up. Step up. Suzi, come on. Step up.
They weren't lead lining very well.
Step up. Step up. Step up. Oh,
You
good job. Come on. Step up.
Try a serpentine. That's it.
Step up.
Step up. Whoop. Can you somehow hold this without being dangerous here? It's all right. Oh. Can you somehow hold this without in your reaches? Okay. All right, girls. Okay, we're making do with the situation. That is, we've got both chains on, both heifers. We're going to try to get the heifers to stand close to each other. As you can see, we need to work on step-up commands. There we go. Perfect. That's good enough. Good enough for now. They're not really connected by their yoke, but the reason I want to do this is I want to see if my single trees are the right size. So I'm very slowly going to take the 3 single trees close to the back of the heifers and lay them down on the ground and see if the chains will reach them and if I can connect them in such a way that the 3rd single tree will keep the 2 where I want the 2 to be, behind each heifer. Matter of fact, to do this, I think I'm going to move the camera closer to the back. Even just moving around the heifers like this while they're all harnessed up is good practice. Okay, here I go with the single trees, which we completed just this morning. One longer one, 2 shorter ones. It's all right, girls. It's all right, girls.
You need to flip the one on your left. No, so the
So
the
X is on
the doubles go in the middle. No,
No, this side needs to go in the middle.
there we go.
Yeah. This was almost like a crossword puzzle. Kind of confusing. There we go. Now we have the 2 single trees, one that will go to each heifer, and then the one that will hold those 2 together. I'm going to see if the chains seem to have receptacles in the proper places, and if the third singletree will hold the other two together properly. And you'll see, because I'm going to show you right now, assuming my heifers stand still for us. This, right?
That's a good girl, Susie.
Okay, give me the chain closest to me here. That's all I'm going to connect. Here we go. I've got the inner chain of Susie connected to her singletree. I'm doing one chain at a time now. And I've got the two singletrees connected with just one clasp to the third singletree that should stay in position as I've connected it with a double-ended clasp. And all right, after we have re-glued the yoke, we will, in our next session, maybe with one more person if we can gather one up, try to actually hook up all 4 chains, and then pick up the 3 singletrees and walk with the heifers. Just in a forward direction at first, but pulling back on the chain so that they feel the weight of something on their yoke when they walk. That's our ultimate objective. And we have reached our note of resolution today, and we show you every step of the way. You can see we had an equipment malfunction, nothing serious, and my heifers are still safe and sound, and that's the most important thing.
Our cast of characters: Sadie and Eve, Sammy, Rusty and Susie, heifer calf Seela. For more information, www.cowgirlchannel.com.